In this video, I'm going to talk about phone tracking, a crucial and important point and key to this business model. And I'm going to give you all the details, all the different things that I've tried, and we're just going to get into it. So when I first got started 7 years ago in this business model, I didn't know, this sounds so funny to even say out loud, but I just didn't, I guess I'd never thought about it, but I didn't understand that there was these things called tracking numbers. And essentially, I'm going to go very basic for some of you old dogs that are going to go, oh, we're going basic. Yeah, we're going basic. Just like Mr. John Wooden used to go every single year. And same with old Vince Lombardi. I think it's who it was with the old gentleman, this is a football speech. That's not even Vince Lombardi, is it? I missed it. Anyway, nonetheless, guys, I did not know what a tracking number was. I just didn't. So essentially what it is, guys, is it's a phone number that allows you to do many things. The short of it is you put the phone number on your website or on your one pager, and then you can forward the call to any number and track the call. So you're going to know what time they called. You're going to hear you can record the call. There's a ton of different things that you can do. But I'm gonna just explain what I do. One of the other components of tracking numbers or tracking softwares is they have this really cool feature, and this is very, very important. So make sure that I would hope every software out there that's claiming to be a tracking software, tracking phone number software, has this. But it's called a whisper message. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that as well. So first and foremost, guys, you definitely want to get a tracking number on your websites, so that you know and you can differentiate when somebody is calling you from your website, especially when you have multiple sites, versus a friend or versus somebody trying to sell you something or versus a family member, right? Last thing you want to do, answer the phone in some weird way, and it's somebody looking for concrete, or answer it in some unique way to you that you always answer the phone and somebody's like, what in the world? So we got to know who's calling. This is a very important piece. So there's a couple different ways that these softwares work. One way is that you can actually, on the ones that I've used, there's a setting and you can have the phone number that shows up. It won't actually show the phone number calling. It will show a specific phone number for your, let's say your phone number on your website, right? Your tracking number. And the reason why that's important is because you could save the phone number and you could save it as Las Vegas Concrete. And anytime somebody called from Las Vegas Concrete, it would show, oh, Las Vegas Concrete's calling. Excuse me, you would know it's a lead. Now, the only disadvantage to that is you obviously can't see the who's actually calling until you go and look at the back end, until you log into the software or look at your email notifications once you have those set up. So that's really important. I typically don't do that. I let the actual phone number come through. So if you're calling me with a 256 area code, which means you're from Huntsville, Alabama, but you're calling my Las Vegas Concrete site, I'm still going to see the 256. And that way I can kind of know, okay, this person's from Alabama. It allows me to it kind of gives me a little information about the person calling, because at this point I know a lot of area codes. So what I do is I use what's called a whisper message feature. And essentially what that is as soon as I answer the phone, where's my phone at? So I don't even know where my phone is. No idea. Oh, here it is. Okay. So as soon as I answer the phone, I'm going to just pretend here, I am going to hear in my ear, the customer can't hear this, but it's going to say what I want it to say. So I'll go in the back end and I'll have it say, new lead from Las Vegas Concrete. I'm going to hear that as the phone answer, right? New lead from Las Vegas Concrete. And then it's going to switch over and then they're going to answer. Or they're going to start talking. So then it gives me a chance and I can go, yeah, this is Nick with Las Vegas Concrete. Guessing you're looking for an estimate. How can I help? Boom, right? Keep in mind, I got 50, 60, 70 websites. I have no idea who's calling. So it's immediately like, okay, new lead from Bentonville Concrete. It's a computer voice, right? New lead from Bentonville Concrete. I'm like, yeah, this is Nick with Bentonville Concrete. And back when I used to take these leads, it was comical. I was Bentonville Concrete, and then I was Las Vegas Concrete, and then I was St. George Concrete, and then I was this. It's just what you do. So that's a really important feature. But On top of that, guys, is the tracking, right? We can see what time these phone calls come in. Also, we can keep track of which ones came in. Imagine if you don't keep track of these, you literally, as soon as you get done, you're looking, where's my pen? Where's my pen? I got to write it down. What did they say? What was their name? No, guys, no. You don't have to do that. It saves the number, okay? So I love it for that reason as well. But then once you land the client, we can give the client access to the tracking, and they can go in and they can see who called. They can go and listen to the recordings because it will record these calls, and it will let them know. So when the customer calls, it will say, this call is being recorded for training purposes, for whatever, and training purposes. And then the customer will know that it's being recorded. So we have our voice recordings. Another thing that I really like is you can get email notifications. So let's say I can't answer the phone, right? I just can't. I'm in the middle of work because I have a 9 to 5. I'm in the middle of closing a client and I can't answer. So I let it go to voicemail and I refresh my email and I go, oh, and it shows me which website that came from. So now I know, oh, I got a lead from this website. Maybe I can forward it over to a business owner, forward it over to my partner or the person that's calling. There's so many interesting things that these softwares can do. And so in my opinion, I think it's totally worth it. Now, if you are like, hey, I just want to try this out and I want to go hobnob this thing, you can use your own number. Oh, that's the other thing I didn't even mention. You can choose the area code. That should be a no-brainer. I shouldn't have even had to mention that, but you can actually select the area code. So if I'm going to do a Las Vegas concrete project, I'm going to get a number on my website that's a 702 number, even though my area code is not a 702 number. Does that make sense? So technically, if it's your first project and you're just like, hey, I don't have any money and I just want to go try it, you can go put your phone number on there. It'll work. Or you could go and get a Google Voice number. It'll work, but it's not scalable. So what I recommend is going to a software, one of these softwares that people use. There's many, many out there, and going, and sometimes they bundle it, 5 numbers for $50 or whatever the case is. Grab a bundle and get yourself a couple tracking numbers. And the beautiful thing is once you land the deal, so let's say you have a tracking number on your one-page website. You land the deal and you're like, crap, I need to build out my actual website. You get a new number for the actual website. And then as soon as you switch the client over to the real website, then you can cancel the first one and you're not paying for it. And guys, we're talking about a couple bucks a month. If you only have a couple, they might be $5-10, or they might be $10 a month. I think right now I have so many phone numbers that I'm paying less than $5 a month. So this is not an expensive thing, but it does so freaking much. The biggest thing being it allows you to forward the calls. And I guess I better say this. This is what I love is you are sending them to Bob. Okay. Bob's getting your calls. Bob gets a little greedy. Bob decides he doesn't need you anymore because I'm going to cut this guy out of the deal. He calls, he says, hey, Nick, appreciate you. I'm out. Okay, no problem. I'm sending these to Bill. Oh, I bet you will. I go into my tracking software. I change the destination number to Bill. And instantly, the calls are now going to Bill. And Bob can do nothing about it. Guys, go get a tracking number. Go look one of these tracking companies up. I don't even want to recommend one because there's so many out there and I don't want anyone to think they have to use one or the other. Just go and get a tracking number and get moving, guys. Money loves speed. Take some action, make some offers. I'll see you in the next video.